greetings to all. In this opportunity, together with my group, we're excited to share with you four useful digital platforms. These platforms are all about enhancing the teaching process, helping us craft more interactive and dynamic lessons. Furthermore, each one of them aims to improve one of the basic language skills, which are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And well, in the video description, you will find not only the platform links of the already mentioned skills, but also some extra links to the work to work on vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar skills. So get ready to discover some amazing tools that will help you to take the language skills to the next level. Okay, so for listening skill, we're going to be working on Edpuzzle platform, which is an online platform that lets you create more interactive lessons using videos. So first of all, you have to sign up for an Edpuzzle account in case you haven't already. But if you have, the only thing you have to do is to sign in, and you are going to see something like this screen. After that, what you have to do is to choose the video that better fits your topic. In this case, for example, I'm going to choose a video about daily routines. Then, while watching the video, you can add pauses at any time. For example, let's imagine that I'm going to add a question right now. So what I'm going to do is to go to the questions button, and I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to see that we have different options. For example, we can create a multiple choice question, we can create an open-ended questions, or we can even let a note. Or we can even record a voice if we want to create a more personal and precise comment for our students. So after that, what we have to do is to save it, and then we're going to finish our project. And here we can share the preview of our lesson. So the idea is that we are going to copy the link, and now we are able to share the link with our students. So remember that the idea is that you can place the questions at specific points in the video where you want your students to engage and to think about what they have just seen. Okay, now talking about the backup plan. As you know, sometimes things don't go as planned, and the idea is that you be prepared for those situations. So what you can do in this case is to download the video from the YouTube platform and to take the questions that you create in the Edpuzzle platform. Then what you can do is to create a worksheet with those questions and show your students the videos and provide a worksheet with the questionnaire. But in case you don't have a TV or a video bin where yet the video, you can bring with you a speaker so you can play the audio of the video and pause in the specific moments that you have placed the questions, so your students can answer the questions correctly. And well, finally, talking about engagement tips, we're going to see that first of all, you have to ask interesting questions that make them think. And well, another important point to consider is that you can mix up the type of questions. For example, you can use multiple questions and also open-ended questions. After that, what you can do is to have discussions after the video so your students can share their thoughts. And finally, you can set clear goals for each lesson so your students can celebrate when they achieved it. And that's it about this platform, which is for working on listening skill.
So now speaking skills, as you know, speaking skills is very important for the communication. For that reason, we recommend podcasts for teaching this skill. So we have chosen Spotify for Podcaster. That is a platform that can be used for teaching purposes, as it allows you to create and share audio and video content with your students and with your educators and some others. So I will show you this platform. It is important to mention that this platform can be used in your phone or in your computer also. So in this part, you can see the podcast that I have done It is about ICT. It is called ICT, and there are some of the characteristics that it has, like the place, the current balance, and some others, and some other recommendations of this platform. In the part of the analytic, it is very interesting because you can see the audience size, the followers, the demographic data, and some others characteristics. What about the episodes? In the part of episodes, you can see the different records that you have done and some other characteristics like status, formal length, place, ads, and date. And in the part of interaction, this is an advantage of this platform because you can use Q&A and poll tools that allows you to create some questions for your students. This is very important for the interaction with your students, and you also can create an quiz. So in the part of create up episode, I will show you. In this part, you can select the file, the audio, the video that you want to, and in this part, you can record your own podcast. And there are also other options, like in this, there are the records that you have done, and you can edit, add songs and other characteristics of this. You also can add music or transitions in this part. And well, so what if there is no internet? So for this situation, it is important to create some activities where you encourage the students to create some podcasts with their own devices, like the cell phones. But it is important that the teacher brings some examples of how to create podcasts, for example. On the other hand, it is important to mention that you can create some activities where you improve the critical thinking of the students. In conclusion, it is important to mention that the podcasts are very useful for teaching speaking skills because this tool involves the students in communicative characteristics in communicative real life situations.
Well, to work on the reading skill, we have this platform, and it's very, very good. It's called ESL Long. So if we want to search for it on Google, we just write ESL indent long.com. And there we have the page. This is a page. This is a very good platform because it not only works on reading, it also works on listening. As you can see here in the left side, it has grammar exercises, reading exercises, vocabulary exercises. You can also test your abilities and your acquired knowledge with this. It's very complete, a very complete platform. So, for example, to work on reading, we choose one of these readings. Here we have confused letter, and this consists only on choosing the best paragraph that suits better in these blank spaces, like following the idea of the previous paragraph. So with this, you can work meaning, also grammar, and also vocabulary, because your students need to know all of these things, to master all of these things to do it right. As a backup plan, you can copy that reading. This is something that I do in Chataway always. I copy the materials, the readings I want to work on in a Word document, and I bring copies. The copies sometimes saves your life and saves your pedagogical resources, because sometimes in a rural setting there is no electricity and no technological devices, so the copies are the best alternative to solve everything. And as recommendations for engaging students on reading, we have discussions about real world situations, because if you connect the reading that you provide to your students with the real world, you are going to promote critical thinking on them. And this is something very, very important because this engages them in what they are reading. And also, you can create reading clubs to help students to recognize what is the genre of reading that they like and they enjoy. And this helps them to foster reading on early ages. And also, you can also make your students to choose what they want to learn, what they want to read, the topics they want, and all those things. And that's all.
So for the writing skill, we decided to work with Google Classroom. Google Classroom is an online platform developed by Google that became really popular in the time of the pandemic due to the rise of virtual education. And it is really useful for teachers and students because it's easy to interact. You can set assignments, you can grade easily and use resources from Google, for example, Google Forms, Google Drive, Gmail, and other resources. So it allows teachers and students to collaborate in an active way. But let's get into the use of this online platform. So as you can see, it is really easy to go from tab to tab. Here is the board, here is the work students make and the assignments. Here are the people who are involved in this class, including the teacher, and the grades. And you can create an assignment really easy. Here you put the title and the instructions, and here you can submit documents from Drive, from YouTube. You can create something, you can upload something from your computer, or attach a link. And here I have created 2 assignments, and the first is replaced by a robot, which consists in 5 paragraphs where students have to read it and choose an topic sentence for the text. Here students can see instructions easily. And the next, it's a video form where students have a video from YouTube here and to reflect on, and then they have to write a reflection about it. And if we don't have internet access, in the case of replaced by a robot, we can print the worksheets and put it around the classroom as a gallery walk, and the students can write the topic sentence in a piece of paper. And in the video form, a video from YouTube can be download, and you can show it on your computer so students can reflect on a piece of paper. And that's with the writing skill. The use of these digital tools and platforms can be really helpful for teachers of a foreign language to include them in their lesson plans, because they are more interactive, more engaging, practical, and useful. But we have to be careful to introduce them in a effective way, because our students' attention span can be really short. So we have to be really present and attentive in the class so our students are not all over the place. And be sure to create alternatives, plan Bs and plan Cs for limited internet access, and include this in the lesson plans and not in the lesson indeed. And to overcome the resistance of adoption of these tools, we can engage teachers and students too in the creation of lessons and teach them the benefits of including those tools, and for them to be part of the process. Thank you.